Alright guys, we're back on the grind for a Melanistic Blackbuck, and there we have a male with the potential to be the diamond number 7 after 1167 kills. This is just a few kills since the last diamond, not more than 5 I believe, although I got him yesterday, so we may have the diamond number 6 and the diamond number 7 almost back to back. But I wouldn't get my hopes up too much because this guy has a rack that resembles a lot to the racks of the big level 4s. So I wouldn't be surprised if instead of being the 7th diamond, this guy ends up being the 2nd troll, because it simply doesn't look too big and it is the first level 5 I personally see with that rack. You know, it ain't too promising. Okay, we're pretty much at 120 meters away, so I'ma get just a bit closer to drop this guy with the 44 Caucho Magnum. In case you didn't know, the Caucho Magnum is a variation of the regular 44 Panther. It is a special variant that you can only unlock by doing some Parque Fernando missions. I don't recall exactly which missions, but I remember it wasn't too hard to obtain. But anyway, now we're just 110 meters away, which is a decent distance to take the shot. He is down. As I said, I really doubt he'll be diamond, but I would say there's still some room for a surprise. Hopefully he's big enough, but he certainly looks quite smaller than all the diamonds we've gotten. A lot more like a big level 4. So let's see. 129.63, I was expecting a troll, but not such a small troll, you know? This guy is just disgusting. Officially the 2nd troll of the grind and still no signs of the Melanistic. We are 1317 kills into the grind, and I just put the email that hopefully will score high enough to be the 7th diamond of the grind. Pretty much on the same location where I found what I believe was the 1st diamond of the grind. Well, perhaps it was actually the 2nd, but the thing is that this is an amazing lake. Without any doubt one of the best locations, if not the best, to find Were Buffalo and Blackbuck. Okay, this guy certainly looks bigger than the last troll, but I'm still not convinced. I'm pretty sure he has one of the small level 5 racks, so he has a chance to troll, and it would be quite unfortunate to get 2 in a row, so hopefully he'll be big enough. I'ma make a few calls to get him on a good position to drop him using the Mosin. Alright. Here we go. That's it. Could be the diamond number 7, let's go check him out. Here we have it. I don't have high expectations for this one, but let's see, fingers crossed. 135.31 diamond, it actually made it. We hit a double long at 120 meters on what is the 7th diamond of the grind. 7 diamonds, 2 trolls, and surprisingly 0 rares after more than 1300 kills. That could be the 8th diamond of the grind. Estimate of 124 to 142, a relatively low estimate for a level 5, and a rack that could go either way, could be a diamond, could be a troll. It has the small level 5 horns, so as much as it could be the 8th diamond, it could also be the 3rd troll of the grind. I hope he makes it, but I have my doubts. And the plan is simple, I wanna drop him using either the crossbow by taking a long range shot perhaps, or using the 44 Caucho Magnum again. I love to use handguns, so that is certainly another option. You know, the only thing that matters is that we get a battle and this guy makes it, and even that at this point of the grind is not as important either. We want a Melanistic and another diamond won't make the difference. In fact, we still haven't gotten a single rare on this grind. We've killed more than 1000 bugs and we're yet to come across a single Leucistic and of course a single Melanistic. Which is actually not a surprise because as far as I know, both the Leucistic and the Melanistic have a very similar rarity. They are both very rare fur types. But the thing is that it wasn't until I believe late 2021 when the Leucistic became this rare. You know, before that it used to be more like an uncommon or a Bible-like kind of rare, you know, not too rare, so I got plenty of them at the time, but not a single Mela since they have always been incredibly hard to find. But anyway, we're pretty much 110 meters away from this potential diamond, which is a decent distance to go for a long range shot with a crossbow, but since the wind is blowing to the west, I wouldn't say that is a good idea since the arrow is gonna shift a lot to the left, making it hard to predict exactly where it will hit. So I'ma play it safe and I'ma use the 44 Caucho. Going for a double long. And he's down. I wanna think he's big enough, although I have my doubts. We'll see, hopefully he's the diamond number 8. 134.68 diamond, that is in fact the diamond number 8. The shot was pretty decent, we got a double long and even the heart at 112 meters, and with this trophy we've gotten 8 diamonds, 2 trolls and 0 rares on more than 1400 kills. We are 1591 kills into the grind, still no Melanistic, but there we have another level 5. We started this grind a couple weeks ago and honestly I didn't think it was gonna get this long. You know, more than 1000 kills for a regular Mela is quite unlucky. Actually, from what I have seen on other people's grinds, the first Melanistic usually spawns within the first 1000 kills. But for some reason, my luck with this particular 4 type has never been the best. For instance, it took me more than 5000 kills to get my first Melanistic red tier. And I've seen people getting 10 in the same amount of kills, so when it comes to Melas, we're not the luckiest. Okay, on this occasion I wanna drop this guy using the crossbow, so we're gonna go around the lake until we're at about 50 meters away from him. That's gonna be pretty much the same thing we did with one of the first diamonds we got on this grind, which in case you saw the first video of this series, you may remember that it was on this exact same location. Literally on that exact same zone, part of this lake. It ain't a remarkable location by any means, since the Blackbucks here can only drink on this area, around this area. You know, there are not many of them here, which makes even more surprising the fact that it has produced already 2 potential diamonds. Getting closer. Almost at 100. Below 90 now. 56, pretty much inside the ideal range to use the crossbow. Just gonna get to exactly 50, and I'ma take the shot. Okay, he's at Enif. And now alert, we gotta do this quickly. That's it. Hopefully he'll score high enough to make it. It is a diamond, 133.02, barely the 9th diamond of the grind. We hit the left lung, the liver and the stomach and almost the heart. This is I believe the lowest scoring diamond we have gotten so far on this grind, but regardless of the size, it's nice to see the diamonds keep spawning. I wasn't entirely sure, but I think it's very clear that that guy is a Melanistic. A level 3 Melanistic Blackbuck. Finally. I had my doubts the first time I saw it, but as soon as I noticed that it doesn't have the white circles around the eyes, I knew it was a Mela. It is completely black. Not a single white patch of fur on its body. There's literally no way you can confuse it very common. I mean, here you can see the difference, it's pretty obvious. And well, I'm really excited. I have always wanted to find one of these, so I'm really glad we finally have the chance to get one. I'ma get on the tripod to call them in from there. Depending on how close he gets, I'ma drop him using either the crossbow or the 44 gaucho. You know, if he gets close enough to use the crossbow, I'ma use it, but if he doesn't, which is likely because of the wind, then I'ma drop him with the 44 gaucho. Hopefully they respond. Okay, they're coming in, that's good. I would absolutely love to get a good picture of this guy, but sadly it's gonna be nearly impossible since we're hunting at night, and the camera doesn't have any flash feature nor any option to turn on the headlamp while using it. They are approaching our position quickly, but this other guy is already alert. As I was expecting, the wind is gonna be a problem to use the crossbow, so we're gonna have to use the 44 gaucho instead, because this Mela is gonna go alert soon. Gonna aim to get a hard shot. I'm struggling to see the center of the reticle. Right there. He is down. Our first Melanistic Blackbuck is down. After more than 1600 kills, we finally have our first ever Melanistic Blackbuck. Beautiful.